ready and waiting.
The count goes on. 4, 3, 2, 1. Earth below us, drifting, falling, floating waves, calling,
Hello friends, this is Yoink. Welcome to another exciting edition of Sunday Night Fights, brought to you exclusively by GameReplays.org on Justin TV. I'm joined by my co-hosts Ami Polizzi-Funk and BioSparks as we continue this amazing 5-game series between two of some of the greatest players to ever play Company of Heroes, Kot from the Ruka clan and Seph, who's so good he just doesn't even need a clan. So we are going to get this second game started here with my co-host, Ami Polizzi-Funk, right as soon as Mr. Budwise gets this video going. Take it away, Budwise.
And we're live. Hello, everyone. Thanks for the intro, Yoink. This is Ami Polizzi-Funk. And Seph is an epic clan. Gotcha, too. There's going to be a third one coming. I know it. Things come in threes. So I'm going to be following Sepha. This is game 2. Kot is up 1-0 in a best of 3 for a whopping $30. That's right. That's the bronze prize for Tournament 19. Third place gets $30. So, Yoink, you want to count us in?
Yes, sir, Mr. Polizzi-Funk. Apologize for that.
Oh, yeah.
Got a little excited. Got a little excited, you know.
I thought you were doing it on purpose to troll me.
You know, maybe. You know, we're buds. We can troll each other occasionally. Anyway, enough of this chit-chat. There's a lot of action to be had. This is going to be a great game, so let's get this started. I'm at 5 seconds. Budwise is at 5 seconds. Everybody's at 5 seconds. We're going to get that started right now in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, start. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. All right, everybody synced up?
Yes, sir, Bob.
So I will be following Kot on the left, Ami, and you're going to follow Sepha on the right. Is that correct?
That is correct. Seph is putting up a barracks, and this is my favorite matchup, PE versus Americans. Let's do it.
Got ourselves a barracks here.
You know, we get a little good, polite sportsmanship with the good luck, have fun from Kot. Now, I just want to remind all of our viewers that Kot actually defeated our 1v1 champion in one game. Defeated Aimstrong with his PE. Kot's PE is able to defeat Aimstrong. So we are looking at one of the best PE players in the world right here tonight, facing off against Seph.
Yeah, that was one of my favorite games from SNF episode number 1, that semifinal game 2 between Aimstrong and Kot. If any of you out there in Justin TV land haven't seen that, you can click on our videos link after this broadcast and be sure to watch game 2. It is a humdinger. Just excellent, you know, start, middle, finished with some just killer tactics that you won't see often in other places. Some really exciting moments. So let's see if the PE here, if Cott's PE, let's see how Seph can handle it. Armstrong couldn't beat it. Do you think Seph can beat it?
The thing with Cott's PE is that Cott is able to micro, keep straight in his head like 5 PE light vehicles all at once. If you can remember from the Cott Armstrong game, he was able to put multiple Hetzers and mortar half-tracks and a bunch of other units in play all at the same time and keep them all alive. That's very challenging for a PE player. So he's just a champion at that. Seph is going to have to face that kind of thing. Now we've got our first little engagement here in the south. We got the properly grouped 2 Panzer Grenadier squads against this tiny little engineer squad. They have to retreat, well, soft retreat. They got to get away. It's too much manpower for them to take head on at this point.
That was actually really skillfully done by Seph, the way he kind of waited behind the building, wanted to do this little ring around the rosy game, and then finally, when the PE started chasing, he just faded off into the fog of war, out to do some more capping. Really nicely played by Seph.
Yeah, he's getting a good idea. As an American player, you can kind of guess that a good PE player will keep the Panzer Grenadiers together in the early stages of the game, and seeing that many Panzer Grenadiers in the south, Seph probably knows that the north is completely uncontested, so he can cap that at his leisure and focus most of his micro down here in the south. Now we've got also another unbalanced sort of matchup here, Panzer Grenadiers against 1 rifle squad. They're already taking some damage. They may have to soft pedal it out of there too, right in front of the combat Ketten. You think we'll see some more combat Ketten tonight?
Lines are being threatened.
Oh, I'm sure if those rifles tried to stay in green cover, that Ketten would have jumped up, to push them right out of it. And they were hopeless from the start. Their presence in that area, the only effect it actually had was keeping some PGs down there, and a little bit less time that the PGs will spend moving to the middle where they want to be and start moving into Allied territory.
Seph is being very cautious. He probably knows that Cott is a champion with PE, and he's trying to... It looks like Seph's trying to take advantage of the one thing that the Americans have right now, and that is a fast capping ability. And really, the combat hasn't been very fast and furious yet, as we've seen. I don't even think that Cott has taken any damage, let alone kills, on his Panzer Grenadier. Just because,
and this is very
Seph's
important.
Been so cautious.
Cott is now playing the map how it's meant to be played. That is the Ango or Langra equivalent of a complete cutoff of the north. So that Ketten just decapped that strap point, removing every single resource point from Seph's income. So he got 2 rifles over there and raised it very quickly. Well done by Seph. But now there's a huge engagement. We have 4 PGs in the center. Only 2 rifle squads. Engineers have to retreat through them. I think Cott probably could have killed those engineers had he...
Okay, let's do a little time sync here. I'm at 4:30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36. Are you synced up with me?
Oh, yeah, I'm right with you.
All right, good.
Operation posts report we are losing a sector.
Now, most of the action has now passed us now that I've done that time sync and interrupted everybody's flow. Apologize for that. So let's see what we've got going on in both players' bases. I wasn't sure if Cott was able to upgrade to field defensive operations. I thought I just heard a sniper. Did I just hear a sniper?
No, sir. We have the standard 4 rifle start from Seph. He's got 1 flamer upgraded, and here we have a large engagement in the center. 2 G43s plus 1 vanilla PG squad are getting rushed by practically everything the Allies have. Look at those flamers got pinned, and he really needs those flamers to deal some heavy damage here. They're bringing up the rear. Oh, rifles all on top. This is a big fight. I wouldn't want to be part of this.
That was very impressive. Seph was able to catch the Panzer Grenadiers in a position of weakness and push those slightly faster firing rifles right into their face. Especially with G43 upgrades, these Panzer Grenadiers fire a lot slower at close range. They're actually weakest at close range, and Seph really took advantage of that and forced the whole German army off the field. That was pretty impressive.
Fantastic move by Seph. Look at how he split to the 2 points there to decap the high fuel, and that ammo will make sort of a cutoff of that other high ammo in the corner. Really nicely played by Seph. Some Ketten harassment going on the other side of the map by Cott, and I expect next time he comes out, is there going to be some kind of vehicular support for the... I expect to see some vehicles from PE at this time.
losing ground out there.
Well, you know what? Cott just went with a very fast 1-4. He built both buildings immediately, Tier 1 and Tier 4. I don't see anything coming out of either building yet. Oh, no, we have our first ATHT half-track coming out of the Tier 4 building. He still has 30 fuel in the bank as well, so he could probably make another one real quick if he needed to. So, now we're seeing some more combat here in the south. We've got these fully healed up Panzer Grenadiers. Looks like Cott did buy field operations at some point, which is good for him if he's going to be playing this infantry game. And now it looks like these Panzer Grenadiers are in a position of superiority over this small squad of infantry here that Sepha is trying to desperately put in green cover here in the south. Let's see how this turns out.
Yep, it looks, Cott went straight to ATHT because he's guessing, not having seen bars, he's guessing that an M8 will be coming, and he has guessed correctly. The M8 is on the field and coming out. Did Seph just lose his flamers there? I think he did. Yep, Seph lost his flamer squad there. Very, very nicely focused down by the PGs. But now the big gun is out. ATHT coming out at almost the same time. We might see a busted engine here quick. Let's see how this goes down. The PGs are trying
Oh, that M8 is facing the wrong way.
But to the
Got it.
ATHT, first shot, destroyed engine. Look at that.
Yeah, but Kott's got a problem. He's got two very, very weak Panzer Grenadiers guarding this house, and they've got to get out of there. Otherwise, he's gonna lose a whole squad. That's right. He's got to soft pedal them out of there. Now it looks like this ATHT is in a position to finish off this M8. If he can just hold on, and these other Panzer Grenadiers can keep these riflemen off the anti-tank half tracks back, he's going to be able to finish it off. Just a few more shots. Looks like the only thing Seph can do is try and get this ATHT down before it takes out this M8. No, it's not going to happen. And a big victory there for the Panzer Elite if they can get this half-track out of there in time.
And those two rifle squads are very hurt, so they're not going to last long. He's just got to get out of there and hope he doesn't get a damaged engine, and he doesn't. And this was all set up by the PGs coming in and focusing down those engineers. Had those engineer flamers lived and had Seph perhaps been able to get some repairs in on that M8, it might be a whole different story here. But Seph basically had his other squad of engineers was in the middle of the map, nowhere near this action. And that spelt doom for that first Greyhound.
Now, while this great engagement was happening down there, somehow Seph managed to cap the entire map. I mean, this may have been a small skirmish victory for the Panzer Elite down in the south, but look at the map. There's nothing left. It's all American. That is some seriously pro play to be able to micro your units in combat down there in the south while just keep capping up the rest of the map in the north. This is going to be a serious problem now for Cott. He's going to hit pop cap here. Well, maybe not. He's okay. He's only at 21 of 38. But still, he's got a big resource problem. Only plus 10 munitions and plus 5 fuel. Only 34 fuel in the bank. I'm not sure how he's going to get himself out of this one.
He is in a dismal situation right now. I'm wondering, when you back that ATHT into your base and it's got the little twirling ammo sign, in the replay, can you tell when he's charged again, when he's able to fire, or is that just not possible? Like, we can't know. I mean, he can know because he can see if he can click on it, right? But is it possible for us to know while we're watching?
It's not. Unfortunately, it's one of the limitations of the Company of Heroes engine. I can look at the ATHT half-track, but you can't see any of the powers that are available to it. So we're just going to have to assume that he's charged and ready to go with that treadbreaker shot. Is that what you're talking about?
Yeah, I mean, that's why he moved all the way back into his base to take benefit from that fast-charging ammo that you get when you're by your own buildings. I mean, that's a nice little tip for people that are learning PE. Not to keep that half track out on the field, but actually back him all the way into his base so he can charge quicker and get ready to work on this next Greyhound that's patrolling the field.
Yeah, now it looks like both teams have sort of gone back to their respective safe areas to rest and recuperate. The Panzer Grenadiers were able to get back onto the field first and get that half track fully healed up. But now the Americans, it looks like Seph has kind of done the same thing, and he has got a formidable armed force, looks like, that's coming out of his base headed west, and that M8 is still floating around up there in the fog of war as far as Cott knows, and it's going to be a serious thing for him to deal with because it is fully upgraded, and it's 1-to-1 right now with these two light vehicles on the field.
Yeah, Seb put up a triage center. He's got 4 fully healthy bar squads, and he upgraded another flamer engineer squad. So he's got a big infantry push coming in the south. I see sparks flying out of your Panzer command. Let's see, what'd you get there?
That is a second. No, it's a second AT HT.
Okay. I'm wondering if we're going to see a P4 anytime soon. Immobilized M8. But this time he's got lots of support. Destroyed engine. Well, the engineers have to retreat. No repairs happening here anytime soon. And it's 3 squads of bars on vanilla PGs. They don't like that engagement.
Observation posts report we are losing a sector.
Now this is where Kott shines. He shines with a maximum number of units microed at once. He can do this light vehicle thing. Look at this AT swinging around to take out the M8.
Yeah, that is nice. That M8 is looking like it's in really bad shape. Here come a flanking squad of rifles. He just got grenades. We could see some wicked grenades here. Let's see what... Oh, look at that. Healing on the forward HQ. The M8 goes down. Let's see if we're going to see a grenade here. There comes one.
Enemy unit down.
Oh, we lost the Panzer Grenadier squad. Oh my gosh, we lost a second Panzer Grenadier squad. That's 2 right there. Man, Kott just got slammed in the face with multiple grenades. Seph's American rifle squads are doing terrible damage.
The nuclear pineapple is back, and look how they vet those rifles. I mean, you want vet on your rifles? Get in a couple nasty grenade shots like that. He will have to leave, or he's going to lose these squads. They throw another grenade. They kill one guy, but, you know, Kott is there reinforcing those strong G43s, and Seph will be lucky if he doesn't lose one of these squads here on the retreat.
You know, what we saw here real quick was Kott, he was able to take out, this is the second M8 that he was able to take out, and both of his half-tracks were able to survive. However, he just wasn't as lucky with his infantry. He lost, I believe it was 2 squads of Panzer Grenadiers. That's a big loss. Both are upgraded with G43s as well. So as we can see, you know, his micro shined through with vehicles, but it just didn't shine through as well with infantry. I'd say Seph kind of won that little engagement down there in terms of knocking off entire squads. It's very critical to be able to finish them off.
Yeah, he didn't lose any infantry squads, and he gained quite a bit of vet. His only loss was that second Greyhound. And I'm wondering what Seph's plan is next. He's upgrading the supply yard, so he'll be good on manpower. But I'm wondering if he's going to keep building M8s, or maybe try an AT gun, or try tank depot. He has selected armor company and field repairs. I believe that's Calliope side, right? That's right side.
They're going after a fuel point.
Yes, that is
or no,
Calliope
no,
side.
no, it's wrong. It's left side. Calliope side is AWM.
Oh, so he wants...
right?
Yes, you're right. He's going for the Pershing then, if he's going for doing field repair side. Now, Kott was able to, he had to rebuild another Panzer Grenadier in his base. I think he wants more infantry on the field, which is probably a good idea based on all these rifles going around. He's got 70 fuel in the bank. Not sure what he wants to do next year, but he's finally recapping that fuel that he had up in the corner, so maybe he's hoping for a Panzer IV coming up soon. And now we're seeing some engagements now here in the south again. Boy, the south side of this map has been where all the combat has been. It's where both players have decided they want to make their stand. And now, once again, we're seeing the grouping up of Seph's riflemen getting into green cover. Although I gotta say, they're fighting right in front of the field headquarters for the Panzer Grenadiers. And that's going to allow them to keep reinforcing. Kott does not have a lot of manpower in the bank, but it's enough to keep him at bay right now with this engagement. Not sure how this is going to turn out.
This looks like it's going to be a battle that lasts a while. Those are some vetted rifles. They've garrisoned that very strong stone house right outside of the diminutive Panzer Elite headquarters. And I don't know. I wouldn't want to be those 3 guys, though. When they retreat, they're going to have to go through everybody. It looks like they're trying to throw a nade in. Oh, no, he canceled it. He knew that Kott saw it and had already started to move away. Let's see if they escape.
Oh, man.
No, they're down. And rifle squad lost, and you know, you don't even want to be fighting there. Seph needs to get some kind of mortar, or you know, he's not getting a Calliope anytime soon because he went left side towards Pershing. So I don't know what Seph can do. He has no ranged attack, no way of putting constant pressure on that HQ position.
Yeah, you know what? I'm just looking at this. Kott started that engagement with 4 Panzer Grenadiers and about 200 manpower in the bank, and he has left that engagement with 4 full Panzer Grenadier squads and 200 manpower in the bank. He almost lost nothing at all in this engagement, and Sepha had to, took terrible losses, lost a whole rifle squad and gained no territory. So this was a big, both tactical and strategic victory for the Panzer Grenadiers, for the Panzer Elite, in that little skirmish right there.
Sepha is going to try Weapon Support Center, and I wonder what the first unit will be. It's got to be either a mortar or a sniper. Let's see. He's got plenty of manpower.
Losing a victory point.
So it's just finishing now. Kot is recapturing that center VP from behind the hedge. Let's see what Sepha queues up here.
Now here's an interesting development in the in Kot's base. He just built a scout car and is upgrading it so that he can OP a territory.
Yeah, it'll probably be one of the fuels. He's probably looking to get P4s, and he's going to need a lot of fuel, and he knows it, so smart move. Sepha has still not selected to build anything. He's got... Oh, here it comes. It's going to be a sniper.
We are losing a sector.
Looks like the scout car decided to go to the munitions point in the south. Maybe? No, it's moving again.
Well, he can't park there because it's not connected right now.
Again, same amount of combat right around this field headquarters building. It's just not a winning engagement for Sepha to try and do that with just rifles. He's going to need some sort of support unit to help him because the Panzer Grenadiers are just too strong when they can reinforce like that, and it's just feeding these Panzer Grenadiers vet. And when they get double offensive vet on those G43s, they're like little mini snipers. They can just take out entire rifle squads like that.
Yeah, Kot was smart to sort of move away from green cover. He smelled the nade coming, and I'm sure he was right. But he just quickly micros away. Rifles still getting some vet. They're strong when they're all barred up in green cover around those stone walls. And I have to give a little bit of props to Uncle Sam here because, you know, this architecture of buildings and walls in this area is really beautiful. In COH, it's very difficult to have buildings that don't sort of ruin the game. You know, you have a map like Saint-Mère du Mont that's just too many buildings, and the balance is just no fun, right? But Uncle Sam has found a nice balance of these 3 buildings to one another and made for a great bit of map architecture.
Yeah, I agree with you. It's just enough, along with some green cover, to allow for some very interesting flanks and defenses against flanks. So you were right. It looks like a sniper is one of the unit that Sepha is going to use to try and crack this field headquarters nut here. It's going to bleed off this very expensive reinforceable position here. Kot only has 80 manpower in the bank, so he can't keep reinforcing at an egregious rate here. That might be what Sepha's trying to do.
Yeah, Sepha got everything that I was imagining would be good. He first got a sniper, and then he got a mortar, so... But here we have a P4, and both of those units won't help him with that vehicle.
Oh yeah, this is a problem. Is there any anti-tank abilities on the field for Sepha at this point?
Nothing.
Oh my gosh! Wow, that was a huge infantry engagement, though, right outside that house after the P4 left. Those Panzer Grenadiers took some serious damage, and now Sepha has an opportunity to actually decap that thorn in his side for the whole game, this field headquarters building.
Meanwhile, the P4 plucks that sniper as soon as he reaches his destination, retreating to the home HQ. The P4 lays one in and shoots him in the back. And what a shame, because Sepha's 57 just comes out a bit too late. He's got stickies now, but the P4 has already taken out that very expensive sniper, and he's going to retreat back into his units.
Wow, that P4 actually took the mortar out too. Yikes! And but Sepha was able to decap that field headquarters building.
I'm really kind of bummed. I wanted to see some of Sepha's weapon support play there, and now he quickly lost both of the units that would have made such a great counter. But he did manage to decap the forward HQ. But I fear that PGs, you know, once they get that territory again, they'll just make another one. Perhaps the other stone house, which is even stronger.
Yeah, that's possible. I actually just noticed something else. It looks like Kot somehow built a funk wagon and placed it in American territory, but it's not cloaked, which means it's not actually, or is it? Is it doing its job and it's just, I can see it? Do you see that funk wagon right outside of Seph's base?
Yeah, he's got the little radar things going, but what does that mean exactly? He's not planted, so he's not stealing resources. I think it's just kind of like, doesn't the funk wagon also show you where the enemy units are?
Yeah, I thought some people in chat are saying that the vampire can't cloak. Ah, there you go. Now it's cloaked. It has disappeared, and it is now, but it's in his own territory, so he's not stealing resources. But it is very good for allowing you to see things in the fog of war. It has like a range of 90 or something like that. You can see units all over the place with that thing.
Very nice from Caught, showing us some stuff we don't usually see.
Our fuel point is being taken
He
by
must
the
be
enemy.
feeling relatively comfortable. Although, you know, Seph does have these 2 double vet rifle squads, and now he's got 2 AT guns out, so he's still got decent map control. It's not like the P4 wiped them off the map at all, and the P4, you know, they don't like 257s. If microed well, that'll be a qualified counter. I wonder if Caught will then go for some kind of mortar half-track or something.
I'm not sure, but I did learn something also new about the Funk Wagon, since it's not used a whole lot. It will show you units in the fog of war, but if you go to the tactical map, it'll actually tell you what kind of unit it is. Or on the mini-map, it'll just show you a dot for an infantry or a triangle for a vehicle. If you open up the tactical map, you can actually see that it's a 57 or an M10 or whatever. So perhaps Cot just wants more tactical awareness. He wants to know when, you know, bigger units are coming in.
Well, if he knows where those AT guns are, then his Panzer IV can weave its way through them. It's not doing that right at the moment. The 57's getting some nice good shots in, and without the healing building, Seph's infantry, here come 2 flanking flamers, and they sort of run into that vampire.
Losing a victory.
The damaged engine, some rifles are reversing to try to finish it off. Come on, Seph.
It looked like they
don't lose
couldn't
your
decide
flamers.
whether or not it was... Oh, there it goes.
Forward supply lines.
Yep, that's down, and what a fantastic push from Sepha.
Yeah, boy, he pushed Cot right back into his own base practically, and in the south, these Panzer Grenadiers are desperately trying to hold on. They were getting cooked by those flamers. You know what? Seph is sensing victory through victory point countdown. He has got a very big advantage on Cot in terms of victory points, and it looks like he wants to push it now. That might be his path to victory.
I was sad to see him lose those vetted flamers there to that P4. He stayed in that fight too long. I guess he was concentrating on moving his capping sprouts around the map, but shame he lost that squad. Caught also is harassing. He's capping that plus 16 ammo in the north with a very, very sneaky Kettenrad. Now he's decided to go somewhere else, though. Let's see. I don't know what the other plan will be.
Now look at this. Seph is going to take back that 3rd VP again here, although it looks like Cot's going to get the one in the south. How close is Seph to a Pershing? Because it looks like Cot has decided to go with Scorched Earth, left-hand side, and he has enough munitions for... Oh, he's 30 away for sector artillery. He's got enough command points for it. He's chosen it. He just can do sector artillery in about 1 minute.
I think Seph's very close because he's already starting to save. He's got field repairs and 4 3/4 command points, so I think when he gets a quarter more, he will unlock the Pershing. Seph did a very nice strategic thing. He moved both 57s all the way back to his base to heal them at his triage center, and that's just it just makes you happy to see that kind of stuff.
Well, he knows that's pretty much the only thing on the field that can stop a rampaging Panzer IV with skirts. You know, sticky bombs aren't going to do it. So he can't afford to lose those 2 57s. That's what's keeping his side safe from the rampaging, well-microed PE light vehicles here. And we now have a 2nd Panzer IV on the field for Cot. So this is even more infantry pants shitting ability here.
So 2 P4s, he's still got those 2 ATHGs, which will be important when the Pershing comes along. They'll get some duty again. They're kind of waiting patiently by the base saying, what do we do next, boss? But they're going to have some duties real soon, I think. Although Seph's not able lately in the past few minutes to get any experience points, so he's still stuck on 4 3/4.
We've booby-trapped that south
these
VP.
rifles die.
Uh-oh, AT guns now focusing in. At least one of those AT guns is zeroed in on that Panzer IV, and it's going to retreat behind the building. Looks like Cott has rebuilt that field headquarters. He likes to be able to keep the South here in his control. And here we go, an engagement, double vet rifles. So they're going to throw any stickies. One sticky gets knocked off onto that Panzer IV. And, oh my gosh, damaged engine. It's in a crossfire between both of those 57s. Are they going to be able to take it down in time?
I think they will. That was horribly sloppy. Whoa! Here comes the Pershing to the rescue. On the field, as soon as he got the CP, he had saved up the manpower. Another sniper built, and you know that little mistake by Cott might hurt him dearly. Getting that P4 sticky so easily.
Oh, and now we have sector artillery.
And that's a big sector. That'll save the P4 for a little while, but...
Oh, hello!
Big beast coming. Hello! Surprise!
Oh, you know what? Oh, but you know what? Cott just stole a 57. So this Pershing does actually have to deal with a little bit of anti-tank on the field now. Oof, down goes the P4. Still, 157 is not enough to take out Pershing. Cott is running that thing as far away as he can, but that Pershing has got it in its sights. It's facing the wrong way. Seph can easily micro this thing. Oh, but maybe an ATHT might disable this Pershing. It's been immobilized.
Oh,
now there's no AT though.
Oh man, it's getting crazy now. He is getting rear armor hits from these two ATH, but they don't like it. They're backing out. The PE units are fleeing. Something just, I think a Ketten was killed by the center VP. The sniper is working right on the border of that sector already covered sector. He's going to cloak and move across. Very dangerous. What's the Pershing doing?
This Pershing's like a bunker now. It's just a bunker with a big gun on it because it can't move, but it's just in range of this field headquarters building. The sniper can spot for this bunker, basically.
Oh no, Sepha's taking sector artillery. It's still yellow, brah. What are you doing with your rifles? Oh my god, this could be filthy horrible real soon.
Oh.
There's another shot. They were lucky to retreat. This other squad, finally, the sector already is finished. And I love
this
how
Pershing
Cott
might
is
get mortared down. I'm not sure. It's actually taking damage.
I love how he's mortaring the Pershing because, of course, you know there will be engineers like there are now to try to repair those treads, and Cott plans to mortar them to death.
Oh, these rifles are in deadly damage. Oh my gosh, a grenade gets tossed off and just does a little bit of damage. That was very risky with a Vet 2 rifle squad. Whew, they escaped with 1 hit point.
That was just plain dumb. when you throw that grenade, that animation takes a little while, and you know they could have easily gotten dead during that time. Now these engineers are actually successfully trying to repair the Pershing. The mortar shots are all falling a little too shallow. And okay, here he's fired again. Let's see where they're going to go this time. That killed 1 engineer, and they're not going to be able to repair it. Still got a broken flipper. If you zoom in on the tracks, you can see they're splayed out on that crater. The sniper's still going to work. He's got double vet now and 8 kills.
Yeah, Panzer Grenadiers give you a lot of veterancy for a sniper. They're worth a little bit more than a standard infantryman, like a Wehrmacht Volksgrenadier or whatever. So you can vet up your sniper real fast versus the PE. And now it looks like that Panzer IV is trying to be repaired in the back. Oh, these 2 tanks. What's going to happen? They're both out of combat right now.
This is really quite hilarious. And Cott wants to extend the length of this game. He has disabled the center victory point.
Yeah, but it's not going to help him. Well, actually, it might actually help him. You know what? Because the north is falling into his hands. The south is going back to Seph. It's now balanced. That is actually a pretty good strategy. You don't see a whole lot of VP disabling with Scorched Earth these days. That's just more pro play from pro players.
Here comes some rifles to chase the Ketten away from the center. This horrible standoff is still going on. Here comes some very brave engineers charged to repair this Pershing under mortar fire. Let's see how long they last. Oh, and the 57 clears the building where the PGs were. Very nicely done by Sepha, focusing that building down. And once again, the mortar shells are falling just a bit short, and the engineers are getting their repairs in. Uh-oh, here come the longer range shots. I fear your lives, little engineers. Oh, that one you got right on top of the Pershing and killed an engineer with splash damage.
You got to feel bad for these engineers. You know, their commander's like, hey, there's a Pershing out there. We need you to put its treads back on in the field. By the way, it's being mortared.
Yeah, I just can't take my eyes away from this drama. And every time you hear the whistle of the next mortar, you're like, oh!
It looks like this engineer cannot repair it faster than... Oh, wow, there was some serious sniper action going on there. Did we just see the end of a Panzer Grenadier squad? I think we did.
Let's see if the rifles can pick this guy off as he runs. Oh, good night, engineer!
It's like the engineer's graveyard. It's like they have a contest back at the barracks. Who wants to go out there and repair the Pershing? See if the last 6 guys couldn't do it. See if you can.
Really nice move by Cott. He snuck his P4 to the center where some rifles were trying to repair and raise that center VP. And Sepha lost a rifle squad to the P4 in the center. I mean, it's like I'm stuck on this like Pershing drama, but the real game is going on with these VPs because Cott is down to 35 and he is getting VP rushed. He's still draining now. Seph's got 2. He's got none. 33, you know, the clock is ticking. Cott has got to do something to stop the drain.
While this has been happening, also Cott was able to build a Tier 3 building, the Panzerjäger Command, in his base, and he's put this mortar out on the field, which will finally end the Pershing drama for the night, as it takes this guy out of here. Main gun's dead. This thing's almost gone. Oh my goodness! Well, the mortar half-track got the veterancy for that. 2 pips of veterancy now on that thing.
The mortar kills the Pershing. How many times are you going to see that happen in a COH game? And I just hope... Yeah, oh, Cott disables the center again, but, you know, he's got to do more than just disable. He's draining like crazy. He's got to cap a VP. He's down to 11 VIPs. I don't think he's going to get one even whited. He needs to not only white it, but raise it to stop the grain. And these 3 triple vet rifles are there to stop it. So the whole game is depending on these PGs. 4 against 4. The P4 is also there, but the P4 is now locked down behind the building. A grenade will win the game, and that'll be it, folks. That will be it. What a whopper. GG!
That was fantastic.
Run it, bud. We'll be back for some closing comments. Allies win. So yoink. Sepha did what Armstrong could not do. What do you think of that?
Sepha may have just beaten one of the best PE players on planet Earth right now, and it was with amazing rifle action. Even though he took some serious losses in the beginning, he was able to crack that nut in the south with that forward headquarters building twice. First time he decapped, the second time he said, screw it, I'm just going to take the whole building down. And then he was able to keep that Pershing up for such an incredibly long time in the center. Like you said, that drama. This game had all kinds of stuff. It had a funk wagon. It was great stuff you don't usually see. That's why you like pro play. You know what I mean?
Oh man, that was a fantastic game. Really a unique game. You know, first of all, we don't see Declare 1v1. That's kind of brand new. And you definitely don't see, you know, these 2 ATHTs living long enough to be recalled onto the field to deal with the Pershing, and they got him sort of right out in the middle of no man's land. And before he could finish him, it was mortars and engineers, while the real drama was going on the top and the bottom with the victory points. And Sepha was able to do it, pretty fantastic rifle play. He's got one squad of rifles there, the Hero Squad. First I thought it was the M8, but I think after watching those rifles with the grenade, I think they get the MVP for this game. What a finale, right? Under the fire of a P4 to lay that nade in there and prevent those PGs from even touching that precious victory point.
Yeah, Medal of Honor winners for sure. And one of our astute viewers actually made a good comment. I was just looking at the chat feed that, Kott did an interesting thing. He was able to disable that Pershing in a place where it really couldn't do anything to help anybody, but he decided to not kill it for the longest time because a disabled Pershing is actually really valuable to a Panzer Elite player rather than a destroyed Pershing, because if it's disabled, Sepha couldn't bring another one onto the field. So it's actually the best possible situation to have a disabled Pershing in a bad place for the PE player, which is a very smart observation by one of our Sunday Night Fights viewers.
Indeed astute, because right they were. As soon as that Pershing went down, Seph popped another one onto the field, and although he didn't get any action, he was ready to take this fight to the Panzer Elite should it have continued. So wonderful game. That'll do it for Duclair. They're going to do a veto system where they both select maps that they don't want to play, and when one map is left, that'll be the maps for Game 3 and Game 4. So we'll be coming back at you with Game 3. We're tied up at 1 in this best of 5 series, and you know what? The Sunday Night Fight is young. Stick with us. We'll be right back.